Now, this song's quite an interesting study. It's Slow Dancing in the Dark by Joji, and it's originally done on a synthesizer keyboard, which means that he can play a 2-octave arpeggio quite easily. And we're only going to play this on 3 strings. We're going to do something like this. Now, I hope you realized my pinky was working a bit over here. Not a lot, not hard. Went from the D, and then there's the pinky kick in with the B minor. And it sounds really cool if you play it along with the original track. Now I'm going to play through with the YouTube channel, and it's sort of difficult to drop in immediately because the song just sort of starts. So if my reflex time isn't that good to get back from clicking the mouse onto actually playing the song, please forgive me, it's going to still sound pretty cool there. So here we go. D's in place, and I'll explain the chords later after we've first seen if we can prove this actually works. Now the last chord there was a bit of a nasty. You see my hands actually pushing the capo out the way. We've been to actually play it with the capo on, or we could tune the ukulele up in pitch, or if you're not playing along with the song, we can just take the capo off completely. Okay, so I'm going to go for the capo off because it's just easier to play, and if you do have a capo, obviously by all means play it, or use it rather, if you want to play along with the original. Now let's get down to the chord shapes because they're actually quite cool. We're not going to play on the top string because of the tuning of the UKE, so that means you can actually ignore this string. So if you're playing one day and you break the string, Slow Dancing in the Dark is the song you want to jam with. Okay, so we got the D in place, you got your PDF file that I sent along with the video open, and you'll notice at the bottom it's got some tabs where it says repeat chorus and it starts with D, play times 2, which is written in small red next to the blue D. Okay, fingers 1 and 2, pinky's not being used yet, and what's written there should sound like this. Notice the pinky kick in there for the double 4 before you come back to the 2. So you're first playing the first string open there, open, 4, 4, and then come back to the second string. So one more time, slow motion. If you want to play through with me, you're welcome. 2 and 3 and 4 and... We got that. Now, I'm going to show you the picking hand later. First, I want to focus on what's happening here at the top. So you're going to come in a little bit closer, especially for the B minor. And B minor, I'm going to just do this. And then what's the pinky here for that 5, which is going to be halfway through? Here we're starting on the B minor, if you want to play with. 2 and 3 and 4 and... We got that. You see the pinky kick in, and it's twice in a row. For the E minor, we're going to have your E minor shape, and the pinky is going to come in again to fret 5. So E minor is going to sound like this on the count of 4. Are you ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and... And before we do the F sharp minor and the F sharp, we're going to play through from the beginning, from the D all the way B minor and E minor. And remember, each chord is twice. So there's your E minor, sorry, there's your D, and there's the pinky getting ready for fret 4. Are you ready for this? 2 and 3 and 4 and... Sounds quite nice. Now, obviously, on the keyboard and the synthesizer, you can play a lot more notes over a much wider range. So this is not going to sound exactly like the original, but it's still going to sound really cool as we demonstrated at the beginning of the video. Now, for the F sharp minor, we normally play that, but you only have to focus on the last 2 strings, or the middle 2 rather. And you'll notice the rhythm changes a bit there. bit of a pause after the 0, and then when we go to F sharp, which looks like a G, there's F sharp, and F sharp minor and the F sharp, which is actually major, are only one chord each. And listen for the timing again from F sharp minor. And there you have it. So if you had to play the whole song through now, if you want to play through with me, that'll be pretty cool, starting on the D, and then I'll show you what's happening with this hand. Let's just try it through. 2 and 3 and 4 and... And that's the basics now of the chords. Let's look at what the picking hand's going to do. We're going to basically be using the thumb and fingers 1 and 2 of your picking hand. Notice I'm resting my top end of my wrist over here, this part of my wrist. See if I can point a bit better there. This point of my wrist there is going to be round about over here of the ukulele, and that actually lets me hold the ukulele in place without actually physically holding it like this, or without actually having to rely on the chord shape. So my arm is actually resting with my leg to keep my ukulele in place. And that means I can bring my hand down there, and I've got nice control only with my picking hand. Now on the picking pattern itself, as it's shown on the tab, if you're not sure, we're going to use the thumb for that string, for the third string from the bottom. First finger, second string from the bottom. Middle finger is going to be for the first string. So presently, those two fingers are not being used. Okay, so if you watch the finger movement of my picking hand slow motion with D, you'll notice that that finger is going to be playing 3 times, especially when I get to that 0, 4, 4 on the first string. So let's have a look at the slow motion. We got that. One more time for luck, bit of a different angle so you can get a better view of that. 3 and 4 and... Notice as well that my wrist over here isn't moving, because if I move my wrist, check what happens. The uke falls, and we don't want that, so we need to keep the uke down, so we're keeping the body of the ukulele in position. So it's very important to have that contact there, because again, one more time, my hands off, if I release here, my ukulele falls. We don't want that. Okay. That's pretty much your picking pattern. That's pretty much your chords. Nothing really changes through the song. You'll notice that the pre-chorus and the verse are the same. So you want to play it through one more time with me. I'm going to sort of zoom out to show both left and right hands. And let's play through together. Like I said, it should have a capo. I don't like the capo on because it sort of gets in the way for this, unless you get one of those nice little small ukulele capos. So to jam along with the track without a capo would sound slightly off, but without the cap it still sounds pretty cool. Okay, are you ready? Fingers in position, get the pinky ready for the D, and here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and... And it simply repeats from that the whole way through. For the chorus, it's basically just going to be the D and the G, which is nice and easy. And if you've got any questions, drop me a WhatsApp. It should be quite a nice one to play the whole way through. The rhythm is the same. Like I said, because it's a synthesizer or a keyboard that's playing it, you don't have to play it exactly the same. In fact, it's impossible to play it because you don't have that range of notes on the ukulele, even on a guitar. So as long as you capture the feel of the song, be careful not to go too fast, it's going to sound awesome. Any questions, drop me a WhatsApp. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Thank you.